inside. I stand my ground, won't let it slide. If you doubt my point, you'll hurt my pride. I'll argue forever, no need to hide. When it all goes wrong and it burns inside, I stand my ground, won't let it slide. If you doubt my point, you'll hurt my pride. I'll argue forever, no need to hide. I'm a libertarian. I fight for the rights of every man. I am a libertarian. And fight 'cause I'm right, fight 'cause I'm right. When I know what's wrong and I know what's right, I'll debate all day and I'll win the fight. 'Cause deep in my mind I got clarity. Being right's the only thing that matters to me. I am a libertarian. I fight for the rights of every man. I am a libertarian. And fight 'cause I'm right, fight 'cause I'm right. I know what's wrong and I know what's right. I'll debate all day and I'll win the fight. 'Cause deep in my mind I got clarity. Being right's the only thing that matters to me. I am a libertarian. I'd fight for the rights of every man. I am a libertarian. And fight 'cause I'm right, fight 'cause I'm right. I am a libertarian. I'd fight for the rights of every man. I am a libertarian. And fight 'cause I'm right, fight 'cause I'm right. I am a libertarian.
What is up, y'all? Welcome. Friday night fun. Here we go.
We're gonna do it.
All right. Welcome. What's up, Burnin' T?
Nice.
What's up, Reeves?
Oh, we gonna do this?
Are we?
Maybe.
What's up, Rose? What's up, Shirley? Yeah, Rumble's a great place to watch it. Thanks for joining us on Rumble.
Yeah.
I think we have 12 followers on Rumble now. I'm not counting my chickens before they're hatched, but there's a number. I'm not sure what the number is. How many do we have, Terry? You have any idea?
32.
2.
32.
You have a microphone. We have 3 or 2. Hey, Lisa. For
You
the
didn't
hearing
get her
impaired.
sign language?
Remember that old thing?
We only
Garrett
speak with
Morris?
our hands.
Remember Garrett Morris on Saturday Night Live used to just yell whatever they were saying. He was the hearing impaired interpreter, and he'd just say, "They are saying this," real loud. Tell Jim Bob Mrs. Q is on Rumble. I feel like I delivered that message.
Yeah,
right.
I think you did.
Excellent. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for doing this on a Friday night. Exciting times.
Very.
Got more
Very,
people coming in.
very.
Chris is here. Welcome, Chris. Couple technical issues, so sorry for the delay, everybody.
I blame Free.
It's always my fault. I mean, I am the government. Usually it's my fault.
I blame the mic.
My mic?
Freeze mic.
My lovely
Yeah.
mic. You're just jealous. If you had this mic, you
I
would
am.
wear it outside your shirt.
I am. I'm
Why?
very jealous.
Did you ever hear the story of this mic? I don't know how to turn it off. I literally have no option. So it's been on since the day I plugged it in, and I couldn't figure out how to turn it off, and gave up 5 minutes after that.
It's technology and you're a Mac
It's a-
user. So we would expect that from you.
So
Well, it's the gimmick now. So
yeah, now it's part of
Right?
the essence of my home studio. Let's see here. I'm adding this. So welcome. So we got returning. We have Casey, and also returning we have Zach, and new we have Jim Bob. So Jim Bob, do you want to introduce yourself to everybody?
Yeah, hey, Jim Bob. You can find me on X at Police State New World Order, and just a recovering actor, knuckle buster. I haven't had clean hands in years, so yeah, that's me, man.
They have this stuff called soap. It's pretty cool. Bernatee says 500 for whoever does a shot.
I have a beer.
He
I'm
said
not counting
shot,
it.
not
I'm not
a
counting it.
beer.
Someone's got a shot. And deal. I don't have one.
I'll
Um,
pretend I did it.
Oh, free. I gotta pull up the game scoreboard.
yeah, if you don't mind.
I got you. I got you.
Cool. I am going to add this. So, welcome everybody. Friday night edition of Are You Smarter Than a Politician? We did Sunday and Friday, so technically 2 this week. We're really motivated this week. So, thank you.
Or
It's
you just
the-
wanted to do it because you had to take your 48 hours off the blackout on X.
Yeah, exactly. And Florida was on last night, making it much easier for me. So that was nice of them. So thank you for everybody joining us. The #1 rated game show at 8 p.m. for people 36 to 48 who don't trust unredacted documents either. Please share it out. Share it out on all platforms. Appreciate you, Rose. Thank you so much. Bernatee says beer is not a shot, Casey.
Yeah, no shit.
Told you.
He was nice though. He didn't take points. I would have taken points for that weak attempt. Yeah, so please share it out. We're at tens of people on every platform now. It's really a big number. Influence will us all. Mostly Casey though. All right, so yeah, like I said, tens of people on YouTube, tens of people on Rumble. You can join us there. There's Jim Bob. Jim Bob, Spaces host, co-host. He's at Police State NWO. And I found out the hard way that he was not in the rap group. It's something different. Police State NWO. So I stopped calling him Iced Jim Bob. Yeah. So then we got Zach, who is Legacy_Zach on X. He is the host of The Legacy Right with Andrew. And that's a great show. If you haven't caught it, excellent. On all the platforms. I listen to it on the as a podcast, but it's also live on all the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also have Casey, American versus Gov. He's got the new show, Both Parties Suck. And that's going really well. He did the JFK files. That was pretty cool. So you can catch him there. And then as always, the brains behind the scenes here. Follow Terry at Bats T76. And she's also doing the rhino removal project. So get involved in that if you're interested in getting rid of some of them damn rhinos. I am free, freedom for us, for all. And I've been posting up a storm over at Freedom Uncut, at least one a week, most weeks. So, and then Mini Freeze helping us out. He's the purveyor of palm trees and fancy lights and hooking up colorful microphones and all sorts of stuff. So helping me out a bunch. Yeah. Hit that thumbs up to break the algorithm, please. Let's see here. Then if anybody were to win, they would get the Ron Paul holding the Ron Paul trophy. You could get the home edition of Are You Smarter Than a Politician? How to Do Accents Like a Democrat. The Ron Paul or Murray Rothbard bobbleheads. The video game Grand Theft America Biden Crime Family Edition. Mike Johnson's signature cologne Swamp Ass, or the Ayn Rand Fountainhead teddy bear. And as always, the Lego Killdozer set. Killdozer. So
That's the grand prize, right?
yeah. You can drive it right off the lot. What's up, Sherry?
Nice.
Oh, we've got some. This started earlier. Terry was keeping me abreast of this. We had some team action going on here. So Tracy's here for Team Jim Bob.
Oh, geez.
So,
Favoritism is already starting. That's not cool.
yeah. So the rules are: I am the government. Whatever I say goes. Scoring errors count. Life isn't fair. Suck it up, Buttercup. Rules are: you can debate. You can veto someone else's answer. You can tear if their score on an answer. You can ask for a recount from the Fed, Terry, and that probably won't go well. And if you're a Democrat, you can redistribute a wealthy person's answer for your poor ass. And similar to the government, you have to fill out a bunch of forms at the end and find out if you're getting audited or going to jail. So, all right, enter the scores. So I've been doing a bad job of pointing this out, but the chat controls the score. So you can give or take up to 1,000 points away from the contestant. You can do it just because you want to. You can do it because of what they're wearing, like Zach with his outside the clothes jewelry accessories. You could do it because you don't like their answer. You could tell us why. You don't have to tell us why. And new tonight, so listen up. I saw Chris out there. I saw Burnin' T out there. I saw some other former contestants. Former contestants can nuke the score. So what that means is any former contestant, if you've ever been on the game show, any of the game show iterations, you can nuke the score, taking their score all the way down to 0. Now you only get one chance to do it. So make it useful probably towards the end when they've built up a little bit of a lead and you want, say you're team Jim Bob and you want to nuke Casey's score, you can do that. So you get one shot to nuke them all the way back to 0 if they get too far out ahead. So,
Nice. So
Chris,
if I end up at a negative 10,000, can I nuke my own score?
No, because you are on the show. You are not
Thank
former, you are present, current.
But I can convince somebody
just-
in the chat.
I just like to
If
say
they're a
that
former
this is
contestant.
golf score, right? So negative 10,000 means you win, right?
Well,
We all know
well,
Andy can be bought. Andy, I have some soda. I will bring it to you in Florida in about 2 months.
we Burn T's got a new icon there. That's pretty cool. Got distracted by that. Yeah, Andy said he's going to Gaza all of you. You can only do it one time though.
Nice.
One person. You can only pick on one person. Sherry said that's not PC. There you go. All right, so that's the new scoring edition, and we're starting off. I even forgot to tell Terry this one. Starting off with negative 500 points, because it's a golf score, right, Zach?
Because we're winning. Yep.
There you go. All
There
right,
we go.
so we're going to change it up a little bit here. We're going straight into debate or wait tonight. We haven't gotten to debate or wait in the last couple, so I've decided lead off with debate or wait. 3 very capable debaters here. And so, again, if you like their answer, give them points. If you don't like their answer, take away points. Help us out in the chat. And, we got some coalitions going on here. Andy and Burnin' T might be working together here against someone. Ooh, plot twist. Yes, plot twist. And so debate or wait is the first 2 contestants both answer, and they have to give different answers. So you could either take one of the answers available, or you could make the other person's answer better. Say, hey, yeah, but you forgot the best part, and say that. And then the third contestant has the option to debate one or both of the others or go first in the next round. Sounds even worse when I write it down. I should just ad-lib that, but whatever. So Terry will be in the back keeping track of the scores. Thank you, Terry. All right, they're forming a uniparty. There we go.
Of course you are.
That's bad for you guys.
It's okay, Andy. We got the SNAP program. We're good.
All right, so Casey, to you, healthcare is the category. What approach should be taken to reduce government involvement in healthcare? Allow full privatization of healthcare services, implement healthcare savings accounts with tax incentives, or encourage free market insurance options with transparent pricing?
Number 3, encourage free market insurance options with transparent pricing.
Why?
Why? Because all of the others require some sort of government involvement, or first one is full privatization, which healthcare is technically, you can say it's privatized already where it's at. It's just influenced by incentives. So you can't really say 2 and 1 even can be applied. 3 is the only one that can really be applied to open up the market.
So before Zach goes here, negative 200 to Zach. No beard, no shirt, no shot.
Yeah.
Well
Damn.
done, Chris. That's how it's done, chat. Just like that.
I also need to put sunglasses on with Zach on the screen. Man.
Yeah.
I know.
He's
hot.
radiating in Indiana there. All right, Zach. So Casey went with number 3. Would you like to pick another answer or tell him why he's wrong or add to it?
I mean, no, there's nothing really to add. So, I mean, let's move on.
No, you
Nothing
can-
really to
you
add or argue.
You got to pick a different one then. You got to pick 1 or 2 and justify that.
1 or 2 are justified. Making this harder.
Yes, that was the whole idea. And I noticed you weren't paying attention, so that is going to add to it.
That too. If I had to choose, say we live in a world, we live in reality. I mean, the utopian me says get the government the F out of everything. But number 2, implement healthcare savings incentives, which we already kind of do that.
Okay. So Jim Bob, you can either debate one of those two or go first in the next round.
Well, I'll debate both of them because they're both wrong. The answer is all 3 need to be implemented. I grew up in the healthcare industry. My mom was an ER nurse. My aunt was an ER nurse. I grew up in DME, which is durable medical equipment.
Correct.
And all 3 of those things have to be implemented because everything the government touches in healthcare, they literally destroy. They suck at everything they do. Everything.
Yeah. Yep.
The only answer to all our healthcare woes is for American ingenuity, privatization, healthcare savings accounts, literally everything we can think of to get the government out of healthcare. So the answer is all 3 of those things.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we got to do.
Okay.
Because the government sucks at everything they do. I imagine going to the grocery store, okay, and buying a $5 thing of Wheaties, Then you go to the checkout stand, and then you present your Medicare card, and you tell the grocer, okay, well, I know this box of Wheaties is $5, but here's my Medicare card. And you're only allowed to bill me $3, even though your cost is $2.80. This is how it works with the government being involved in healthcare. So my answer is all 3. The way we have to privatize everything and get the government out.
Okay. Zach, do you want to go next or do you want me to go?
Oh, you can go. I'm gonna.
So my argument, I don't disagree with you. My argument with 1 is it's already done. So the first one is talking about privatizing healthcare. Healthcare is already privatized. It has just subsidies. Which what do you mean no? Why is it?
No, healthcare is not privatized.
Why not?
It's not at all. There's so many government regulations that are built into healthcare programs that it's more socialized than privatized. I cannot go customize my own healthcare plan. You know what I mean?
I see
And
what
I
you're
shouldn't be
saying.
able to.
Well, so I think we might be comparing 2 different things because when we're talking about privatization, my healthcare is through one organization. My insurance provider is through one organization that pays the other organization. In the middle of those 3, me, my health insurance, and the healthcare organization, government is not involved.
Oh, yes, they are.
Private industry transaction.
Yeah, oh, yes, they are. The government is thoroughly involved.
In what way?
Because they have to follow ICD-9 codes, HCPCS codes, Medicare allowables. They have to follow all of those, or they're not allowed to bill your doctors or the hospital. So the government is thoroughly involved from top to bottom on how your healthcare program is structured to begin with. And
so essentially,
you got to stop that part.
What we need to do, I mean, it all starts with the billing. It really does. It starts with the billing. It starts with the eradicating the Medicare, Medicaid subsidy, and start synchronizing some sort of tax. It's incremental, right? So start leaning towards more tax incentive base until you eventually eradicate, effectively countering. I mean, but
Are
it
we
starts
talking
with the
about
billing, reforming the billing.
regulations? Are we talking about regulations or government doing it for you?
No, regulations.
So you have
Regulations, I-
regulation. So you have regulation on cars. You have regulation on cars. For example, you have to have a turn signal. You have to have that. But that does not mean government has inserted itself into the automotive industry. It has requirements for a car to be on the road. That is
Yeah,
the same
but
in
the
healthcare.
difference is, Casey, is the government does not tell General Motors how much they can charge for a turn signal. The U.S. government does not tell General Motors how much they can charge for an alternator or a starter.
Sure.
Now,
That
that
is
is what
true.
is happening in the healthcare industry, is the government is telling the healthcare providers exactly what they can charge for A, B, C, D, all the way to Kingdom Come.
Right. So I get where you're going here, but that does not apply to everybody and every insurance carrier.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Every
Because
single one of them.
because here in Utah, if I go to University of Utah, which is the big university healthcare, and then we have independent, which is IHC, you do have a completely different billing experience and cost. They are not the same.
Well,
And so-
they're all governed by Medicare and Medicaid standards, Casey. Unless you go to a totally private doctor that does not bill insurance. Now, if the doctor or the DME company or some private hospital is not billing Medicare and Medicaid, then they can kind of set their own things. But any doctor in this country that bills Medicare and Medicaid has to follow these standards nationwide.
And that's basically essentially why a health savings account is the way to go. I mean, in the system that we have today, I mean, because it allows you to stay out of that Medicaid, Medicare insurance scheme, that scam that's been created from all the subsidy and all the regulations that the insurance companies actually help formulate.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if it varies by state, but I can tell you both of my kids were
Let's just
they were
move on.
born in two different insurance policies, and one cost me $1,500, the other one cost me $5,000. And the bills were completely different. And that's where Obamacare was opening up the market. This is one of the good things that was coming from Obamacare, is making sure things were nationwide instead of being regional. And so regional is you have markets and the price changes based upon the region that you're in. But you can still reach out and go and get quotes and changes of what you want to pay for a premium and how much coverage you will have opened up under Obamacare. It's one kind of good thing. It was a little sketchy with how it was done, but it started moving in the right direction. That's where I wonder if there's a difference based upon where you are at versus me, because I am here in Utah. I don't have that experience in healthcare that you're describing. I have had literally the opposite.
All right, well, let's move on. Like, we got our points out here. We got negative 100 for Casey for not lobbying for influenceable. We've got negative 500. I think that was Jim Bob that said HSA. Plus 1,000 to Terry because that's the former chair of the LP. Plus 1,000 for Jim Bob. The government sucks. Period. Richard with 1,000 to Jim Bob. 200 to Casey, or minus 200 to Casey for mentioning turn signals in a chat full of women. Plus 200 to Casey because I'm not a woman. So yeah, that was
Getting weird already.
that was a lively one. All right, so we'll go to Zach first on this one. Immigration, Zach. What solution best addresses border control while respecting individual rights? open borders with minimal regulation, streamline legal immigration processes to encourage legal migration, allow local communities to manage immigration issues directly.
3, local communities managing their own, because we're not going to fix this issue on a larger scale. The federal government's done already fucked up, and we have to turn it back to the local communities, local townships, township liberation. That's my answer. Township liberation.
There we
I
go.
like it. Jim Bob, you want to pick a different one, debate him, or make his answer better?
Well, I'll make his answer better. It's not just up to the local people, man. The federal government sucked on this issue. Cities sucked on this issue. States totally messed up this issue. It's up to the people, man. It's up to us to enforce our will, because we've been failed on every single level, from federal, state, local. We have sanctuary cities all across the country, and it's up to the people to make our voices heard and implement the policies that are best for this country, man. I'll leave it there.
Excellent. All right.
Yeah,
So let's go to Casey next. Gun rights and public safety. What policy best secures gun rights while ensuring public safety? Abolish restrictive gun regulations completely. Permit private security firms to enforce security standards and safety standards. Encourage private certification and reputation systems for dealers.
I'm going to go with 1 and 3. 2 is not necessary if you have 1 and 3, and mostly just 1. But I do encourage, as a big 2A person, anybody to go and train and get certifications and practice using your firearm as much as you can. There's no better way to be more comfortable with firing it than using it yourself. And so if you can do 1 and 3, you take care of all of the firearm safety that you need.
You don't want to pick 2 and just completely ruin the whole round? Maybe
No, I
make
don't.
up a 4th?
2 is unnecessary.
Well, I know, but you were supposed to only pick 1. Kilburn, minus 500, everybody, for bad advertising. Plus 200 to who said that was fucked up? I think that was Jim Bob. 1,000 to Casey for saying anything positive about Obamacare. That was
I'll
last
take
round.
1,000.
Minus 200 for Zach for making me wear sunglasses to watch us. Same joke.
You're welcome.
Plus 200 for Jim Bob for the floral pattern background. That is nice. Thanks for doing this live from Grandma's house. Minus 200 for Jim Bob. His beard is down to my keyboard, making it hard to type.
It's not grandma's. He's actually meeting with Jill Biden. And so he's trying to give her consulting on her new outfits now that she is no longer the first lady.
That's true.
That's fair.
This is one of the things that the Constitution grants to the federal government. Minus 500 to John Bob Azak.
What?
That's
What?
I know that one confused me a little bit, but I liked it.
I think
500
Casey gets
from
some
whoever
negative
you want
points
there.
on that one.
Yeah. All right. So since Casey picked all 12 answers on this one, we'll just go to the next
You
one.
said
Zach, to
make
you.
it better. I made it better.
No, you made it multiple all choice is what you went for there. All right, Zach, free speech and censorship. How should policies handle? How should they have policies to handle free speech on digital platforms? Eliminate all government regulations on online speech. Encourage decentralized platforms, or let market competition determine acceptable standards.
I'm gonna take. I would say 2 and 3. All 3 of them
Oh my
actually are
God.
fantastic.
Oh
But I'm
my
gonna
God.
recommend 2 because the encouragement of a decentralized platform
Fucking
it puts competition up on both the government and these big firms to stifle your speech.
Did you narrow
I'll
it down
go.
to like what I actually asked for? Or?
2. Yeah, encourage.
No wonder so many
Encourage.
people get audited. It's freaking pick one of three. You could go with number one, you could go with number two, or you could also go with number three.
But you also gave us option D, which is make it better.
No, that was
Make it
for
better.
whoever goes second, Casey.
Oh,
There's
that
more
was
than
for
one
whoever
person.
goes second.
Casey likes doing these solo shows where he does everything, and so he's doing the part one and part two. We don't need Zach or Jim Bob. Casey could just play the whole game by himself. So
I'll sit back. I'll go get
Plus-
a cigar right now.
yeah, plus 300 to Casey for maintaining no eye contact
Big
with the
facts.
camera. Yeah. Plus 1,000 to Jim Bob, bang bang. 2A didn't come with stipulations, minus 200 for Casey.
Who said it came with stipulations?
And he spelled it wrong too.
You're supposed to spell it wrong. That's one
Yeah,
of the
you're
rules.
supposed to spell it wrong, Zach.
It's
No.
it's an homage to
Minus-
his parents who spelled it wrong originally.
Yeah, minus
Yeah.
69 to me.
Yeah. And all right, so I don't know. Let's just
All my
skip-
points go to Mike, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
So Jim Bob, we'll go to you, Jim Bob, since they picked them all. Oh, now we have a fourth person. I have to go back and add a fourth answer.
There we go.
All right, Jim Bob, to you, taxation and government spending. What policy could reduce tax burdens while maintaining essential services? Shift public funding towards voluntary contribution and user fees, decentralize tax collection so local governments decide priorities, or promote a flat tax that minimizes state interference.
Okay, well, could I start off with stop giving heroin to the heroin junkie? Could we start there? we the government sucks at literally everything they do, man. They under the Biden administration, they spent like $1 trillion for this infrastructure program, and literally fixed no roads, no bridges, no nothing. They spent like $88 billion for Wi-Fi all over the country, Wi-Fi, and then for the charging stations. And $80 billion, I think they built 7 charging stations. They suck at everything because they're heroin junkies. So the first thing we have to do is cut off the heroin supply to the heroin junkies, get them out of our pockets, get them off our lawns, get them out of our front yards, get them out of our kids' bedrooms, get them out of the classrooms, get them out of everywhere because they suck at everything they do. So whatever number that was.
That wasn't one of the numbers, but you picked one, so I'm going to give you credit for that. Yeah, Zach didn't know the spelling rule. Zachariah did not know the spelling rule. Patriot's here. Welcome, Patriot. Minus 500 to John Bob for not saying taxation is theft. But you got 1,000 back for the dog. Dog's never a bad move in this game.
Exactly.
Plus 500 to Zach for having arms so white they're see-through.
Facts.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
KCB,
They don't call me Casper for a reason.
I am a team player.
I've got my soda right here. I got my soda.
So do I.
All right. So, Casey, do you want to debate that or pick something else off the list or do whatever the fuck?
So we
you
gave
want,
him,
like
he
you
picked
usually
one,
do?
correct? What policy could reduce tax burdens while maintaining essential services? Because I can also make it better, right? Or no?
Yes, you could.
Shift public funding toward voluntary contributions and user fees.
Technically that was just rereading it. That wasn't making it better.
No, I'm just understanding what he has signed up for, and I will make it better by saying, one, taxation is theft, and we should not be taxing anybody for any of these things. And so we don't need to pick out of those options. We just need to remove all taxation of Americans and allow the freedom of the citizens to be able to pay for the markets, as in just spending their money that they need to, not giving the money directly to the government.
That was way better than when you just reread it. Oh, here we go. Green Man's here. What's up, Green Man?
Oh, what up, Green Man?
Someone will have to tell Green Man that he can nuke scores in the chat, but minus 100 to everybody on stage with a beard that doesn't connect to their stash. That would just be Zach, right? Mine connects. I think everybody's.
We're spending
No,
way
just
too much
me.
time on this topic.
I don't know. Maybe it's one side of Casey's doesn't connect. I'm looking.
Something like that.
Plus 1,000 Casey for taxation is theft. 500 Casey for same. 500 Cassie for saying taxation is theft.
See?
Best game
See,
ever.
he failed though. It's taxation is slavery.
No,
There you go.
We are off the scoring board here with 10 million points to Jim Bob. Government sucks, and so does heroin.
Jim Bob just won.
Plus 200 for Jim Bob for not being clear if he thinks the government sucks. What did I miss here? Plus 100 to Green Man for showing up. Green Man's awesome. Green Man is a machine. Can I just stop for a second and say Green Man is a machine? I can't believe how much good content Green Man puts out. So if you're not following Green Man, make sure you go out there and follow Green Man. Minus 200 for Jim Bob bringing an emotional support animal. No, that's Zach. He's a contestant.
facts. That's true.
All right. So I think I got everything there. All right. So back here. All right, Zach, first now. Education and school choice, Zach. This will be tough for you.
Yeah.
What approach can improve education through market competition? Implement a voucher system that empowers families, privatized funding and administration of schools, or decentralize educational governance to local communities. See how I said or there? I said or as in like
or.
one of the three. You could do one or two or three.
Well,
1, 2, 3. Okay.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2,
100.
3.
100 to Zach
Yeah.
for Canadian white power.
Oh,
Super funny if you were on the space last night.
since we live in the now, I mean, I'd rather just get rid of the whole thing. But 3, decentralized educational governance. So bring it back to the communities to dictate the policies and how the education system for their community actually runs. I mean, we already get taxed. Everybody has to pay in to property tax that's supposed to go to your school administration. So why not give the power back to the community to dictate how their kids actually get taught? So,
All right. Minus 100 to Casey for not choosing number 4. I was trying to talk him out of choosing number 4. 200 to Jim Bob for the emotional support animal. Burn & T's the best at the misspellings. That's for sure. Patriot 2000 to Zach from another Zach.
Those misspellings are not intentional. I'll say that right now.
Wait, what is the correct spelling of Zach? It's definitely not ZAK, but which one is it?
Starts with a G.
Yeah. All right. So Zach chose Jim Bob. Do you want to pick a different one, improve his, or debate him?
No, I actually agree with Zach on this. Number 3, we got to go back to the Ohio standards, man. The pre-Department of Education. So decentralized educational governance to local communities.
All right. Let's see here. We got 1,000 points for Casey using his wife's china cabinet as a background. Scientific says I can't see Casey from the glare on Zach's arms. Minus 100 to Casey, who I assume is still there.
We need to get you in some sun, man. That's what we need to do.
Zach 1,000 to Casey. All right. And let's see here. All right, back to Casey then. Oh, enter scores. Okay. Now, so I wanted to make this more confrontational because you guys are three guys that like to mix it up on spaces. So I thought, what the heck? So you can only give or take away up to 1,000 points from one contestant. So Casey, to you, would you like to give or take away up to 1,000 points from one of your fellow contestants here?
I'm going to start on a level playing field to see how it all goes. So I'm going to give them both 0 points.
Okay, so you're going to pass on giving or taking away points. So let's see if that works out well for you. Zach, to you, give or take away 1,000 points.
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and show the olive branch and say 0. Yeah, let's keep everybody at 0.
Oh man.
You guys are the wimpiest libertarians I've met today. Jim Bob, show them how men do this. 1,000.
All right, I'm going to give
away.
1,000 points to Casey because fuck the status quo, and Casey gets on here week by week, trying to get out a message and talk to people. So I'm gonna give 1,000 to Casey.
Thank you, sir.
Sherry also gave 1,000 to Zach here, and then Mrs. Byrne said to take points away from Zach for never going outside. Well, I mean, technically, he unburied himself for this appearance, so that's why he is so pasty white. So,
Yeah.
Plus 500 to Jim Bob if he's from Ohio. I think we got a 1 in 50 chance of that not being the case, or of that being the case, because I know it's not true. But yeah, no, you're better off for not living in Ohio. Let's just leave it at that.
Facts.
All right, so that was
is true.
That was pretty sad. I tried to give you guys some ammo to go after each other, and you guys played nice and all. Like that was pretty weak. So let's go to the scoreboard and just see what this kumbaya bullshit looks like on the scoreboard.
Do you need me to zoom in some more so you can read it? Or
Well, I mean, I was mostly thinking of the people that are watching this on their phones and stuff. They might not have the senior citizen setting you have set on yours.
okay.
Yeah. So Casey
I'll post for
shockingly is in the lead here, 2580. Jim Bob following close behind, 1880. And then Zach, for once in the positive here with 380. Zach, how does that feel?
I give it all to Mike. I'm back to 0.
Oh yeah, we forgot about mentioning Mike. Mike is definitely pulling up the rear here with
He would.
28,299.
He would.
Yeah, he's pretty low. Jim Bob, your first time doing this. What do you think?
Hey man, I love this show. I'm here. So.
This isn't community service or something?
No, it is. It definitely is. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Work release.
Yeah.
See, Sherry needed this. Are you watching? There's actually people watching. Casey thinks he's the only one participating and the only one watching. So,
Well, if you could read off numbers, what are you going to say? That's plus 10 million or minus 10 million?
that's disinterest Lexia that makes me forget what number I'm saying out loud. So,
Sure.
Plus 100 to Zach for having the same score as the number of SPF of his sunscreen. There you go. Zach like that. Plus 1,000 to Casey and Free for being in my great space last night. I think the word great there might be misused.
Yeah.
Zach was there too.
That was wild.
Yeah.
No.
That
I
was wild.
Even Free called it out in the chat after. It's like, that was a Jew joke. And I'm like, nope, I was not going to be there after that conversation. I was done.
You missed Canadian Bon Jovi that came on.
No, thank you. I'm glad I signed off.
I thought that dude was from
Jim Bob, because
Tennessee.
she said so.
There we go.
Jim Bob looks like he can teach me an ancient form of martial arts. So 250 to him.
Yes, he can.
10 million to Jim Bob. Plus 1,000 to Jim Bob for the olive branch. Olive branches suck unless you're hitting somebody with them. Yeah, chumps. See, burn a tease with me on this one. That was weak.
Hey, we're just getting started. We still got time. We still
minus
got time.
2,000 to
We
David
got
for not
plenty of
being
time.
here.
Maybe.
Casey does. He can definitely take the abuse.
Facts.
He's done like 100 of these. Jim Bob looks like he's going to give me a mythical quest. 500 to Jim Bob. Oh my God. +5 to Zach for the cross. God back in school.
There you go.
If I was God, I wouldn't want to go back to school. I mean, one, school's kind of boring, but you know, two, it's like public school and stuff.
You have people with purple hair in school, so I'm good. We'll
Plus
miss it.
420 for the green man is a machine comment. There we go. You are a machine, my friend.
Big facts.
I'd make like one of those videos every year and then probably skip a year. Plus 100 to Casey every time he takes a drink. 500 to Casey for the sweet beard also. Yeah, sure you heard about the.
Oh my hell.
Plus 200 to Jim Bob for taking advantage of the clearance section at Joanne Fabrics. Mrs. Q said 1,000 for Jim Bob.
There we go.
1,000 to Zach also. Plus 500 to Jim Bob for being on Duck Dynasty. Casey cannot receive points until he can snatch this grain of rice from my hand. Jim Bob probably 500 to Jim Bob. Oh my God. Oh, you guys in the chat make this so much fun. All right. Back to it. We did the very weak enter scores there. Who went first? I'm just going to go to Jim Bob because, you know, he's going to send us on a mythical quest. So, Jim Bob, what measure could improve affordability in housing in affordable housing availability? Easy for me to say. Eliminate zoning restrictions to free market development, replace government public housing with private vouchers, or eliminate excessive regulations that stifles construction. Oh, the glasses came off. The glasses came off, ladies and gentlemen.
Where do I start, man? Where do I start? First off, there are so many government regulations when you're trying to build a housing development. It is absolutely ridiculous. Here in the state of Oregon pretty much controls everything as far as housing development goes. And they're lunatics. They're batshit crazy. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They never built a house in their life. They've never framed a door. They never framed a window. They've never done anything. Yet all of a sudden they're experts on building housing developments. Same thing has happened in California, Washington, all over this country. And these lunatics writing all these regulations need to be thrown out of office, brought to a construction site. Somebody needs to put a hammer in their hand. Man, these people are crazy. So the first thing we need to do is get the government out of all of it, because they suck at everything they do. You see the theme tonight? They suck at everything they do. It really, oh man. Not only that, but if you send 20 million illegals back to the countries where they came from, all of a sudden we have a whole lot more housing in this country. And which means the prices go down and it becomes more affordable.
Mm-hmm.
So then maybe we have more housing for the homeless vets, and that's the reason why I threw my glasses down, because this topic pisses me off, man. I don't know if that was 1, 2, or 3, but I'm going to leave it there.
Wait a minute. Can you repeat that? You were on mute.
We couldn't see you because you took your glasses off.
We couldn't see you.
Casey, so since you don't follow the rules, we don't really need to know what number that was. So would you like to rebut or pre-butt that answer?
No, I'm 100% on board with Jim Bob. I give it to him because he's not wrong. Like, Donald Trump called it out when we started talking about the LA fires and the rebuilding from that. The Coastal Commission will ruin everybody rebuilding their houses in that market. because they're going to
Yeah.
cause all kinds of issues. For example, Adam Carolla just went over this in his podcast. Anybody that is living on the coast in Malibu that did not apply to the current standards of code, that have a gosh dang it, the name is leaving me, septic tank. And they have to build a whole new concrete wall in front of the septic tank and the ocean before
believe it's
they
called
can start building
Congress.
the house.
The word you were looking for is Congress.
No, a septic tank. If they have one, they have to build this wall, and this wall will take forever to build because it requires way too much regulation to even get it in place in California. This is the stuff that Jim Bob is talking about. They're going to try to remove all of this, but that coastal commission is going to hold on to that, and it's going to take them 18 months just to build those walls in front of the houses. So they're going to be outside of a house for over a year to get this stupid wall built when those people in this country don't believe in walls anyways. And they have to do that for them to even put a foundation in place. And so everything is, Jim Bob's 100% correct. The regulations are going to ruin it. And that's what's the problem.
All right. So we got negative 250 to Casey for arguing with the studio audience.
Welcome to the club.
This is an older one, 200 on X. We're up to 763 total here.
Yep.
So thank you for everybody sharing and everything. Chris is enjoying having the nuclear keys, and plus 1,000 to Jim Bob for taking the glasses off. It's game time. Here we go. Welcome, Beth. This was an older comment, but I just found it. Hospitals and healthcare companies do not get federal subsidies unless they toe the line. Absolutely true. Chris says after the scoring that kindergarten wants its short bus back, kids. The glasses off. I showed that one. Oh yeah, Chris says the game show subsidizes Freeze bromance with the green guy.
There's truth
Did
to that.
Zach get my 1,000 politician credits? Yeah, those
Yeah,
were
it was half
reflected in the
a-
score.
Oh yeah.
I forgot to mention there were some pre-game points going around, so those were reflected in the score. Oh, Nick's here, 1,000 to Casey because IPAs aren't sweet. Minus 1,000.
Says
minus
the
100.
Texas.
Minus 100 to Jim Bob for not communicating his hate for the government clearly. Plus 100 for the first person that says kick out the illegals.
Kick out the illegals.
500 to Jim Bob for getting angry. Plus 1,000 for Jim Bob again. The government sucks in housing.
Big fact.
Plus 500 to Jim Bob for nailing it. Plus 1,000 to Jim Bob. Politicians wielding hammers are dangerous. Plus $1 million from USAID slush
Wait a
fund
minute.
for Jim Bob because the government sucks.
Politicians and hammers. That's their sex toys. Is the hammers? Like, you don't remember?
Whoa, whoa,
and the hammers?
whoa! That's a
go
kids
hand in
show,
hand.
man. We don't need to know their depraved ways.
Let's see here. Gene's here. Welcome, Gene. Not sure how to play, but I give Zach $1 million for the cross.
Oh, not $1 million.
I thought he was just doing that to look like he was on the musical Grease.
It-
Um,
It's to
A
make
little
them look
bit,
bigger.
Scientific says his hat says he wastes money sometimes, and his beard says I have scrolls you need to fulfill your quest. 250 to Jim Bob. 1,000 to Jim Bob for wearing a Trump hat backwards. $1,000 to Jim Bob for making sense. $1,000 to Zach for being whiter than me.
I don't know if that's a good thing. I mean, dollars are kind of worthless.
Yeah, it is a fiat currency. All right, so cool. Let's see here. So we're to Zach. Criminal justice reform, Zach. What measure could reform the criminal justice system? Abolish mandatory minimum sentences entirely, encourage restorative justice and community mediation, or decentralize law enforcement to local jurisdictions. No
Three.
gang signs, please. No gang signs.
Gang sign, yeah. Well, the
go free.
police are a gang, really, but decentralized law enforcement to local jurisdictions. Send it back to the jurisdictions that actually matter. I mean, which is your local sheriff. The people elect the sheriff. If the sheriff and his deputies don't do a good job, yank him, get him the hell out of there. And if you don't, if he won't go or the election is too far, rope, tar, feather, and rope. But let's decentralize.
A gang sign and a lynching. This is going well. We'll be on YouTube for a long time to come.
No, you won't.
Let's see here.
I do like rope.
All right. So, Jim Bob, do you want to add, rebut, or go a different direction?
Yeah, I want to rebut.
Okay.
So, just saying, administrative law is a bunch of BS. We need to get back to constitutional law,
I know.
and we need the American people to understand what their rights are and their responsibilities as an American citizen are.
Mhm.
And you know, I realize that they don't teach that shit in school now, but it's the responsibility of the American people to learn what their duties are as an American citizen and get involved at a local level, like right now
Mhm.
on a daily basis. And local action has national impact, man. And that includes everything up to judicial reform, because our judges all over this country are out of their flipping minds. Why? Because the government sucks, man. That's why.
Facts.
So I'll land it there.
Judicial review. Judicial review sucks. That was
All
such a
right.
terrible case.
So, Sherry wants to know if it's a real hammer. Zach said 1,000 to Sherry. Scientific says Zach arms look like a hate crime, plus 100 to Zach for some reason. Walls. Sounds like a job for big balls, Tracy says.
Wow.
Andy says retaining wall is the word the numerologist is looking for. Plus 5 to Zach so he can afford a comb. Yeah, you do have like coming in for
got a
landing
comb
thing
free.
going on there. Yeah.
My headphones, man.
500 to Zach for wearing the beater. Casey did not play that round, but pick 4 Casey death penalty.
I'm for
100
the penalty.
100 to Jim Bob for keeping his plate on the wall and not a sink. 1,000 to Zach if he can give a Liberty rebuttal to the MAGAs.
Agorism is the way.
10 to Casey for talking sex toys and hammers on a Friday fun night. Team Jim Bob.
You're welcome.
500 points to Jim Bob for being consistent. He is absolutely consistent. Well said. All right. So back to it.
Government surveillance.
Casey, to you. Government surveillance and privacy.
Okay.
Or privacy, as they say across the pond.
Privacy. Green man. Privacy.
What solution best protects individuals from government surveillance? Abolish mass surveillance programs, remove government access to personal data repositories, promote private encryption and privacy enhancing technologies.
I have to choose one of these 3.
No, you can go a different direction.
Really? Because the last time you yelled at me. So abolish mass surveillance programs entirely, remove government access to personal data repositories, promote private encryption.
Again, you're just reading them again. That's not picking a
My
different
big
one.
thing
It's
is
reading
with
the existing ones.
yeah, it helps me understand it because
Yeah.
your English is not my English,
Your lips were moving while you were reading them too.
right? So it made sense. I'm gonna go with number 3, but then also you have to repeal the Patriot Act. Like you can encrypt everything you want, but if you have the Patriot Act, the government will find a way. Look at what the government did with the iPhone when they were trying to get into it. I don't remember what case it was, but they were trying to bully Apple into unencrypting the phone so they can get into it and to be able to get the information out of it. So you have to do number 3 and repeal the Patriot Act to make sure that the government isn't trying to abuse their power or their position in this country. So you cannot do anything other than repeal the Patriot Act and then apply one of those three. But I think number 3 is the best one.
That was the that terrorist attack, quote unquote, in San Bernardino, where they were trying to get into the iPhone, right?
You're right. I think so.
Something
Yeah.
like yeah.
Jim Bob has
Apple.
left the reservation here. All I see are green curtains. It looks like backstage at Green Man's lair. All right, Zach. Casey ordered off the menu a little bit there. Which direction are you going here?
I'm just gonna make it a little bit better by adding we have to get back to constitutional law. Jim Bob actually said that earlier. But we have to get back to the Constitution and the idea of the Bill of Rights and natural law. You are protected within the confines of your person, your property. The government doesn't need to be involved in anything. When it comes to when it comes to technology, encryption is key, but we have to eradicate the federal government, state governments, even local governments, but we have to get back to constitutional.
All right.
You can always take the easy answer by abolishing the entire government, but that's not realistic.
I mean, I want to, but yeah, it's really not realistic.
I would love it, but
Yeah.
it's
That's
not
why I'm
realistic.
an agorist, man. You can't get rid of the only way you can do you can compete, but I mean, you're not really going to get rid of the state. So let them have their little niche. I'll have mine.
All right. So let me remove this for a second. What comments we have here? Plus 100 to Jim Bob for not punching his screen while mentioning the government. Well, he probably would have, but he took his glasses off and couldn't see it. So,
True.
Scientific says Zach's arms are so white they've just been pre-approved for a loan of 500 points.
Oh, Jesus.
What's the interest on that? Scientific.
On your arms, 0 interest.
Oh man.
Big facts.
Plus 1,000 for quoting General Flynn. Grumpy Gnome is here. Welcome. Minus 1,000 to Casey for not saying abolish the government. Plus 100 to Casey for talking long enough to give everybody a bathroom break. And Kilburn says China's doing the same shit though. True. All right, so let's go to the scores. Last time you guys were all pacifist wimps here. Let's see if it's going to go the same way. Casey, to you, 1,000 to give or take from one of your competitors.
So I can't split it this time?
Nope. Are you not even like listening tonight?
No,
I said I
I'm not
changed
listening
it.
to you because
I said I
half
changed
the
it.
time you're saying the wrong numbers. You're
like number 4. I'd like to do a wire transfer to somebody that's not playing.
I'm going to do a wire transfer. So I'm going to take 1,000 from Jim Bob just because this time.
Okay. Zach, to you.
I'm gonna take 500 from each of you.
You
my
can't do
God.
that.
Oh my God.
Oh shoot!
my
Damn. Well, we can't
If
split.
you're gonna,
Yeah.
if you're gonna,
Yeah,
Zach,
1,000 points from Zach for not listening.
Zach, if you're gonna be that white, you got to pretend to be literate, okay?
Oh well. Well, I can't. All right, I don't know how to read.
All right.
Don't know how to read. Don't know how to listen. All right.
Would
So-
you like to? Would you like to
I'll-
try again?
Oh yeah, I'll try it again. I'm taking 1,000 away from Casey.
Okay,
Hater.
there we go.
Hater.
Jim Bob, be the voice of reason here. Follow the directions the first time.
All right.
1,000
Well,
to give or take away.
this
from one
would
of
be
your
a split
competitors.
decision, but I know how to follow directions. So I'm I'm taking away a 1,000 from Zach because he didn't follow instructions. So
Here we
It's because
go.
I'm white, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
There we
I
You need to
know.
go get a tan, man. Get some sun.
Well, it's getting that time of year, so I'll be outside more.
I got points for the white guy comment. Thanks.
You can't give the government any points. Come on, guys. What are you learning?
I saw that, Grumpy.
Sherry, I
Casey's
see that
watching the
comment.
chat.
That's not cool.
Always.
Always.
200 Jim Bob for going stealth mode. Yep. If the government can't crack the codes, don't think China's not trying to do the same thing. How do we learn? All right. All right. Next up,
The meme.
fill in the meme. Okay. And here's the rules contestants must. And the goal here is not to guess the meme, but to say something funnier than the meme. Okay. Oh, wait. So I saw you refresh there. Let's do the scores real quick here. All right. Jim Bob at the top here, 12,580. I think it was the glasses shtick that got him all those points. Zach at 3,485, which is uncharted territory for Zach. And pulling up the rear, 45 behind, or 145 behind Zach is Casey, 3,340. And Mike is.
I give all my points to Mike.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. Lisa says 500 to all the listeners for knowing the rules better than the players do. Yeah. Thank you, Lisa.
Slow that
Thank
roll, Lisa. Slow that roll.
1,000 to Zach for taking 1,000 from Casey. There we go. 100 to Jim Bob for attaching consequences to not following the rules. Yes, there we go. Minus 200 to Zach for drinking water.
Well, he needs to. With how white he is, he absorbs the entire sun.
What if I said it was vodka?
He's suffering from dehydration and depigmentation right there. 100 to Lisa.
And just
excellent. All right. Back to the memes. Okay.
Let's go.
So make them better. Rules B, make them better. All right.
Yeah.
Casey, to you. Who cares about Disney? The government, what?
In the words of Jim Bob, the government sucks at everything. Abolish the entire government.
There we go. Zach.
Who cares about Disney? The government, but corn pop.
You're supposed to make it better.
Yeah. I passed.
Jim Bob, to you. Whoops, wrong button. Jim Bob, to you.
Okay, who cares about Disney? The government only cares about transgenders and Common Core math.
All right. I'm giving it to Casey. The real answer is who cares about Disney? The government is still taxing us half our income and hiding the Epstein list.
Big facts.
So,
because Pam Bondi
that is true.
All right. So, Zach, to you. You could take one path here, or you could take the other path. Where do the two paths lead?
Where do they lead? Dang. I don't know. America first, Israel first.
Interesting. Jim Bob.
I'm going to say X and Elon Musk are on the right. The lamestream media.
Interesting. Casey, to you.
I will say let's go with California and Utah. So California's in the dark on the right, Utah's on the left.
We'll probably go left to right, this being America and all, but go ahead. Yeah, all right. So Kilburn's actually pretty close here. Tariffs in Wall Street. The correct answer here is deregulation and lower taxes, and then the right is tariffs and income tax.
Always tax on that one.
Always taxes.
Always taxes on that one.
200 to Zags for vodka.
He just admitted it's water.
It's water vodka.
Andy's got the comment. I should have went with that one. Damn it.
Wants everyone to watch the Disney Zach White movie.
That's plus 200 to Andy.
Second comment of Andy's is the best.
Son on the left, Zach on the right.
That's
I say this
300.
every week. How's Andy better at the memes when he's not on the show?
Right.
Is he like doing them off in like the toilet or something where he's like smartest or something? Or plus 1,000 to Zach because this is racist. Plus 1,000 to Casey for saying Pam Bondi sucks. That's how she got the role.
No, that she blows in those scenarios.
250 to Zach for looking like the lost member of NSYNC, Lance Bass. Oh, good stuff.
Whatever happened to him, by the way? Oh,
I think I forgot this one earlier. 200 to Jim Bob for going into stealth mode. All right. So the next one, Jim Bob, to you. Only do what your heart tells you to do. The heart tells you to do what? And based you says, you got it, boss. Only do what your heart tells you to do. What's the heart telling you to do there, Jim Bob?
Well, if that's Princess Diana,
Oh boy.
then get the hell out of the royal family as fast as she could. And she tried, and they called her Princess Di, and she did. So
That's true.
We saw how that worked out.
Casey, to you. This one's not necessarily about Princess Di, but I'll allow it. That was good.
Fill in the meme and make it better, right?
Yep.
All right.
Only tell you what your heart tells you to do. What does your heart tell you to do?
Avoid all tunnels.
All right. Missed the part where I said it's not about Princess Di, but go ahead. Zach, to
You
you.
gotta be better.
All right.
taxation is theft.
That's not what your heart's telling you to do. That would
yes,
be
it
more
is.
Your brain. That'd be your brain. All right. The real answer here is only tell you what your heart tells you to do. Your heart tells you post a job application in a socialist group and mute your phone. So you got it, boss. Scientific says make communists cry. Yeah, same kind of idea there. Inflate love muscle. Interesting. Drive faster. They're following us.
Yep.
Yeah, the Princess Di led people down the wrong path on this one. So,
Like
all right. Casey, to you. When I'm sober, I say what? When I'm drunk, I say what?
When I'm sober, I say they both suck. When I'm drunk, I elaborately throw off my glasses like Jim Bob and tell him how bad the government sucks and use a bunch of explicitives.
There you go. Or expletives. I could go either way on that. Zach, to you. When I'm sober, what? When I'm drunk, what?
When I'm sober, oh God, I don't know. When I'm sober, I'm gonna pass.
There you go.
Jim Bob, to you. When I'm sober, what? When I'm drunk, I say what?
Hey, when I'm sober, the government sucks. When I'm drunk, the government sucks.
So,
You're supposed to throw off your glasses. There you go.
Jim Bob just coined the glasses drop instead of the mics drop.
There you go.
I'm using that now.
When I'm sober, I don't get into free spaces. When I'm drunk, I get into free spaces. Yeah, that's pretty much the whole internet right there.
Yep.
Real answer is when I'm sober, first of all, income tax is illegal. When I'm drunk, first of all, income tax is illegal.
That's lame. That's lame.
Plus a
about
5,000
ready to
Jim
say
Bob
a
for
tax
being the
one.
real deal. Government sucks.
Yes, it does.
I hate the government. I still hate the government. Compliments of Mrs. Vernon.
There we go.
All right. Zach, to you. The Statue of Liberty is holding a sign here in this scenario. What does the sign say?
Free titties here.
You want some 200-year-old titties? You'd like Florida if that's the case, Zach.
Yes,
Jim Bob, to you.
Tap for boobs.
Not where I was expecting this to go, but thank you for taking it there.
Well, you put it right there.
I see where this one. The Princess Di one, I don't get where that one went awry. This one, 100% get where this one went awry. Casey, to you.
Do not return to France.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. I'm giving it to Casey for that one. Less marks, more Malay was the sign.
There you go. There you go.
Hmm.
Honk if you're illegal. That also works. We want it back. Statue of Liberty.
What do you mean we want it back?
The sun is free, Zach.
Yes, it is.
Stop sending us your worst. That's a good one. F France. Go Liberty.
Facts.
Another 1,000 to Jim Bob for the government sucks. Jim Bob just keeps playing that. Usually it's taxation as theft in the comments, Jim Bob, but you've done really well today with the government sucks. All right, Jim Bob, to you. The new eye chart. What does the last line say? The new eye chart here.
Well, it says in the Fed, release the files. Epstein, baby.
All right, Casey, to you. What does the last line say?
And the Fed release the files. Fucking Pam Bondi.
There you go. Zach, to you.
And the Fed release the files now.
Lame.
There we go. The correct answer is abolish the IRS. So
Grumpy would know that one.
if I were a younger man, I'd go to optometry school just so I could put this up in my office. Arrest the crooks. That'd be a good one. Yep. All right. Casey, to you. The problem with political jokes is what?
Everybody is offended, especially if they're MAGA and you criticize Trump.
Very true. See our feeds. Zach, to you. The problem with political jokes is...
Problem with political jokes is it's all fake and gay.
Jim Bob, the problem with political jokes is...
Well, the left will try to kill you if you make fun of them. So there's that.
True.
Where is that?
All right. The correct answer here is the problem with political jokes is they get elected. So we have an interesting development here. I'm going to go full screen for this. We have an interesting development here. We have our first finger on the button, and we have nuked Jim Bobby's score here. So Jim Bobby back to zero. Back to zero for Jim Bob.
Dang.
Back to zero for Jim Bob. So how you feel, Jim Bob?
I'm good.
Okay.
All good.
All right.
Good.
All right.
Yeah. You know, I already knew the DNC invaded this show earlier today, so I'm good.
The DNC. That's harsh, man. That's harsh. I'd rather be called a commie than a member of the DNC.
There you go.
Woke you go broke from Tracy. Yeah,
Yep.
we keep electing them. That's right.
Facts.
They are one. Yep. Plus 100 to Andy. Oh, well, but not a former
you're not a
contestant.
contestant.
Not a former contestant. So
Not a
Mm.
contestant.
you have to come on the show to have the nuclear code for the show here. So, plus 1,000 to Jim Bob for taking it in stride. Right, got it right back there, Jim Bob. Well,
There we
taking it in stride is not calling me the DNC. That's kind of that's the opposite of taking it in stride. Here we go. Another one. Here we go. Another one. Andy goes, I'm nuking Casey in honor of Canadian white power. A.
Says those with chainmail on his head. Jesus.
That was the guy from last night, right? The Canadian White Power.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I left before that.
Plus 1,000 to Jim Bob for rolling with it. So another one. Yep. Or was that the same one? That was the same one. All right. I just hit it twice. All right. All right. Back to it. So we are to Zach now. Zach, socialism is better than capitalism. And the based man says what?
How many cats do you have?
I like that. Jim Bob.
I got nothing. You lost me at the blue hair. I'm just wondering how many Teslas have you keyed?
That was a good remind.
That's actually a good response.
That is.
And you stole Casey's answer, so even better.
I don't have anything on this one. He stole mine. but that's cool.
Plus 1,000 more to Jim Bob for forgetting to let the dog back in.
Oh no.
Oh, I love how carefully people are paying attention in the chat. We know we have a lost dog. We also know the SPF of Zach's lotion. It puts the lotion on its skin.
70.
I like your tan. It reminds me of cousin Zach's. There we go. That's a good answer. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh my.
All right. The real answer here is socialism is better than capitalism. When the Berlin Wall fell, who ran to which side? All right.
Facts.
Jim
That is
Bob,
correct.
to you. What's going on in this photo? What is going on in this photo?
Yeah, well, this is actually a photo of Nancy Pelosi's tribe marching into multiple federal judges in D.C. To tell them which way to. Yeah, so that's what this is.
All right. Zach, to you.
January 6th of the PSYOP. I don't
I
know.
like that. Casey, to you.
This is Pam Bondi and her goons trying to take over a facility with files in them, because clearly these individuals can't shoot. If you notice that they can't even take out their opponents.
Harsh.
Zach's been cloned.
Well, they're the same color as Zach. That's 100% accurate.
Soros funded this. That's a good one. The answer here is only the Empire should have guns.
Yep.
All right.
Amen, brother.
Casey, to you. From now on, what will be called what?
From now on, Greenland will be called America.
That's topical. I'll give it to you. Zach, right? Zach, to you.
From now on, Pam Bondi will be called Where the F is the Epstein Files.
Jim Bob, to you.
I got absolutely nothing. Nothing.
Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up. Got some old ones here.
I'm intrigued now.
Correct answer is from now on, money laundering will be called foreign aid. So,
Giggles.
is Zach Dolly the sheep's cousin? Yeah, could
Yeah.
be. Could be.
Maybe. Probably not, but maybe.
Yes.
This is a good one. Illegals will be called dreamers.
Yeah.
Canadian geese will be called American geese. That's good too.
Nice.
From the last one, I am 4 a.m. said new FBI uniforms, really good. And then Rose gave 500 to Casey. And soda will be called K soda.
I like it. I like it.
Andy,
York
why
will be
don't you
called-
put this in the comments.
New York will be called New Yorkistan. I like that too. Really good. All right, Zach, to you. The world's what? Where you what?
The world's
The
biggest
world-
toilet where you the world's biggest toilet where you take the largest shit in your life.
All right. Jim Bob, to you.
The world's biggest swamp where you get screwed, blued, and tattooed because the government sucks.
Casey, to you.
I can't beat Jim Bob's. He's good.
Yeah, Jim Bob wins that one.
Definitely.
The real answer here is the world's most expensive elderly care facility where you get to bomb
Yeah.
third world countries instead of playing shuffleboard.
Big fact.
So, yeah,
That is true.
Dana liked Jim Bob's too. All right. And so, Jim Bob, to you. Me trying to figure out what? Me trying to figure out what?
how to explain to the American taxpayer that they've been lied to and robbed blind their entire life because the government sucks.
Casey, to you.
I love how everything is government sucks, but when he's in the chat, it's taxation is theft on everything. Me trying to
Well, it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
It is.
I know
the
he's
same thing.
he brought a different gear with him this time.
literally.
And a microphone that doesn't work, but a different gear and a microphone that didn't work.
Me trying to figure out how to do my taxes so I don't go to prison.
Nice. Zach, to you.
Me trying to explain to a lefty about the creature from Jekyll Island.
Okay.
The real answer here is me trying to figure out how banning abortion will lead people to getting abortions illegally, but banning guns will lead to ending gun crimes.
Big facts.
Yep.
Hmm.
All right, Zach, to you. I like my freedom. How?
I like my freedom blankety blank. Yeah, no, I got nothing.
All right, Jim Bob, to you.
I'm more intrigued with the Jim Pops at this point.
Okay, well, if it's a leftist answer, it's I like my freedom. Govern me harder, Daddy.
Why? What's with the leftist stuff? Why would you think it was a leftist answer?
Well, because at the beginning of this segment, you said make the meme better or funnier. That's how you led with this segment. So
That is true.
You're appealing to the one lefty in the audience. Got it.
yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Joe.
All right. So Andy, he's talking directly to you. Casey, I like my freedom. What?
I like my freedom statist. Fuck off.
All right. So the real answer here is I like my freedom. How I like my whiskey? No ice. Yeah. All right.
I kind of like ice right now.
Mm. All right. Jim Bob, to you. Person on the left, person in the middle, and then me thinking what? Oh, we got some answers here. Hang on one second. 1,000 to Jim Bob for not GAF and the government sucks. Plus 1,000 to Jim Bob for the screwed, blued, and tattooed comment. Me trying to figure out how colorblind Jim Bob is for choosing those curtains. I'm beginning to think Jim Bob dislikes the government. Another 1,000 to Jim Bob for his intensity. Explaining to a 9-month-old baby getting NGO money. How I like my bacon free range. Nice.
There you
That's
go.
really good, Dana. Why are all these memes targeting Zach's tan?
Or lack thereof.
All right, Jim Bob. Guy on the left, guy in the middle. Me thinking what about them?
Okay. This is me thinking Canadian bacon is not bacon.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay. Casey, to you.
You have Justin Trudeau on the left in blackface. You have Donald Trump in the middle, and me thinking they're both fucked up right now.
Oh. Zach, to you. We're getting feisty.
You got one saying breasts, the other saying thighs. Me thinking government sucks, taxation's theft.
You thinking you like white meat?
Yeah, white meat.
Yes. Yes. He
Illegal-
can't. He
Legal.
can't.
How did these people get here? All right. The real answer here is left wing, right wing. Me thinking they're all retarded.
There you go.
That is true.
Yep.
That is true.
All right, Jim Bob, to you. Trade offer. I love the trade offer memes. They always make me laugh. I receive a third of your paycheck, and you're making the trade with the government here. You receive what? So the government receives a third of your paycheck. You receive what?
If the federal government ever wants to make a trade with me, they can receive a third of my paycheck for the rest of my life, as long as I can be involved on the raid on Hillary Clinton.
Ooh,
Done deal.
There you go. Casey, to you.
I'm gonna miss you, man.
Has anybody ever hung themselves with 60-year-old curtains? I'm going to have to go look through the Clinton Foundation documents.
Oh Jesus. I have nothing on this one.
All right, Zach, to you. You want to get yourself in trouble with the powers that be here?
I receive 1/3 of your paycheck. You receive more bombs. More bombs dropped on Gaza. More bombs dropped on Ukraine and Russia. More war. Taxation is theft, and fuck off. It's ours now.
Zach wins this one. We got I receive a third of your paycheck. You receive roads. Just kidding. Laugh my ass off. Nothing. Fuck you. I hate you. Yeah. So, yeah. Sherry was with me on that one. White meat for Zach.
Yep.
Zach is the argument for government regulated pigment. Yeah, he could use some red dye number 40 for sure.
Yep. He could use those crickets. That's for sure.
Yeah, leaves blank would be right. I get a 30-year paycheck. You get Casey's feet pics from his OnlyFans.
There you go.
You get a Ukrainian to claim on your taxes. Zach receives 2/3 of a shirt. There we go.
That's a good one. I like that one.
1,000 to Jim Bob for the Hillary takedown. All right, we have another drink update. Is that vodka, Zach?
No.
Okay. All right.
It's dirty creek water.
There we go. Trying to add pigment, add a little mud to the whiteness. Casey, to you. What works 100% of the time, 0% of the time?
Government.
Zach?
Works 100% of the time, 0% of the time. The ATF.
Jim Bob?
The DMV, man. The DMV.
All good answers. All good answers.
Free loves his car sticker, Jim Bob. We learned this on like the first episode. Free loves stickers.
I just didn't think it was the third biggest threat to freedom. I think that's, if you go back and watch episode 2 with the great Joe Hanush, where we ranked the 10 biggest threats to freedom, I did not think license plate stickers was number 3. That's all I said. I believe my number 3 was the alphabet agencies. A little bit bigger of a threat to freedom. Than
DMV is not an alphabet agency.
100 points to Zach for pronouncing creek correctly.
Crick.
Is it crick or creek?
The DMV man. All right, the real answer here is socialism works 100% of the time, 0% of the time.
Same as the government.
I mean, I think I get it.
Yeah. All right, Zach, to you.
Sounds socialist.
What is 1 star very bad, would not recommend?
Government.
Jim Bob?
You know, as a matter of fact, I'm going to say the Republican Party right now, because they won't even show up to vote in their own flipping primaries, man. They suck. I'm pissed.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Casey, to you.
1 star. Let's go with X for performance over the last week.
Oh, that's a great answer. I'm going to give it to you, Casey. I think X 1 star since I paid the first time. Yeah. The correct answer, Zach got it, was government. 1 star, very bad, would not recommend. Plus 1,000 to Jim Bob for his green screen curtains. Is it getting dark in the house you're squatting in? Is the electricity off there, Jim Bob?
No. As a matter of fact, I can illuminate this almost immediately.
Okay.
Please stand
Andy
by.
says Andy says chloroform, very bad. Would not recommend.
Then you're gonna have Free complaining it's too bright again.
Yeah.
I
Well,
heard,
now we can
I heard
now we
squatting.
can see the curtains again.
I
There we
heard
go.
squatting. Just so you know, you do have rights. It's called adverse possession.
What are those, like amoeba on the curtains? It's really bright in there. Yeah, Tracy says
how
the
did I know
Republicans
you
are
were gonna
asleep, Jim
complain?
Bob. Drinking water instead of soda. Yep.
Wrong. RFK would shame you.
All right. So next to Jim Bob here. How blank works and then what's going on. How blank works and what's going on.
This is how we SWAT everybody on the Epstein list.
Okay.
Casey, to you.
This is how the Democrats planned the signal leak.
Okay. Zach, to you.
How social media work. Swatting.
There you go. I'm giving it to you, Zach. It's the correct answer is how red flag laws work, and then it's the angry X making stuff up and pointing you out there. Jim Bob has disco balls. Don't make him pull them out. No.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that got Randy. All right. Casey, to you.
Oh,
All right.
Ooh.
Who is it? Where are they going? And what's sinking?
Me walking off the GOP as they endorse Lindsey Graham to anarchy.
All right. Zach. I like that one.
Yeah, I do too. I don't know. The Republican Party stepping off onto Lindsey Graham's front lawn to join him in an orgy.
What? Oh,
Oh, Jim Bob, to you.
Well, I don't know that might in fact be Laura Loomer stepping off the docks after exposing influencers on X for selling out for shit. So I'm not sure.
I thought you were going to say Laura Loomer getting off of Trump's. Oh my God,
campaign.
That would have gotten bad. Yeah.
You can, because Laura Loomer wasn't invited for the files, but everybody else was.
Yep. Correct answer is Californians, your state, California. And
that's facts. That is
Yep.
sadly facts.
Yep.
Yep. The Boston Tea Party was over 3%.
Facts.
The Republicans, the economy, and raising deficits. Yep.
Also good.
All right. Zach, to you. I have a plan to what? And Trump has in his hand the plan. So Trump says, I have a plan to what? And in his hand is the plan.
See if he gets this one.
Oh man, I have a plan to tariff and annex Greenland. I don't know.
Okay.
Jim Bob, to you.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Nor does Trump, but I'm going to take that as a pass. Casey, to you.
I have a plan to lower taxes. I'll increase tariffs.
Close. I have a plan to cut spending, and he increases spending. So that's his plan.
That's facts.
All right, Jim Bob, to you. Voters have a choice here. The left button says what, and the right button says what?
The left button says X is dead, or the right button says X is too powerful.
Okay. Casey, to you. The voters have two options. The left button says what, and the right button says what?
The left button says Lindsey Graham. The right button says the lesser of two evils.
Ooh, really good.
Mm.
Zach, to you.
The left button says war in Mexico. The right button says war in Iran.
Ooh, that's good too. In this one, it's the voters got a choice. The left button says kill kids in the womb, and the
Oh,
right
God.
button says kill kids in war.
Yep.
You got to remember who's picking the memes. That's part of this game here. Remember who's picking the memes here. My biggest problem with the left and my biggest problem with the
No,
right.
Andy. No, Andy.
Mhm.
Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Yeah.
You were paid to make that comment.
Andy, you weren't voting. You were at a vending machine. Just throwing that out there. You may not have voted. If you had to put a quarter in, you were definitely not voting.
Oh, he didn't put the quarter in. Influenceable did.
To put lasers on beavers.
Ouch.
All right. Casey, to you. What's happening in the top and what's happening at the bottom?
What we think our tax money is going to, what our tax money is actually going to.
Ooh.
Yep, that's correct. What people think paying taxes is like and what it's actually like. All right, Zach, to you. Socialism. What's the motto here?
Got any food?
Okay.
Jim Bob, to you.
On this here, socialism,
Yeah, it's a meme. You guessed the meme. Where the orange box is.
communism light.
Look like this direction, and it's where the orange box is. There we go.
Yeah, communism light.
Communism light. Okay, I got 100 from Andy for saying vending machines. All right, Casey, to you.
Socialism, and we will say the uni party.
Okay. Zach, did you go?
Yes.
Yeah, I did.
All right. The real answer here is socialism. If we can't all be rich, let's all be equally poor.
Big fact.
Except for our rulers, they still get to be rich. There's the little asterisk at the bottom there. 500 Jim Bob for keeping it real. I have 5 fingers. Whoops.
Okay.
I have 5 fingers. Socialism. This will be your girlfriend.
Man.
Socialism. Control. There we go. And all right, Casey, to you. Who is this disappearing? Who is this disappearing?
Pam Bondi, if she's not on Fox News doing a segment.
Ooh, really good. Zach, to you.
The Libertarian Party, if they're not, if they don't vote Grumpy Gnome, Mad Dog 2026.
Jim Bob, to you.
Again, I got nothing, man. Nothing.
All right. So the correct answer here is Republicans when it comes time to actually cut government spending like they promised to get elected.
Big facts.
All right, Zach, to you. The left says what and the right says what? Ooh, Dana's being nice here. 1,000 to each of you for being awesome. So I assume that she's just talking to Jim Bob there.
White Army on the left. No, I'm sorry. Red Army on the left. White Army on the right.
Interesting. I'm the same color as Zach. No, I'm the same color as Zach. Jim Bob, to you.
It looks like, more war. No more war.
Okay.
Yeah. Casey, to you.
More government, more government.
Yeah, Dana is generous. I think after all these comments, Zach's going to get jaundice just so he has a different color next time.
Big facts.
All right. The correct answer here is the left says overreach is okay when we do it. And then the right says overreach is okay when we do it.
I won that.
No.
Jim Bob, to you. We were literally born onto a planet that grows food. How did what?
Well, how did the government screw it up? 10 million different ways, because the government sucks at everything they do.
Ooh. A different twist on the government sucks. I like it, Jim Bob. Casey, to you.
We were literally born onto a planet that grows its own food. How did we become dependent on Snap?
Ooh, that's good too. Thanks for stopping by, Grumpy. Zach, we were literally born onto a planet that grows food. How did what?
How did we get into a GMO issue? I don't know. Something about GMOs.
Andy, I think we'll make it. I think we'll be close. All right. The correct answer here is we were literally born onto a planet that grows food. How did we fuck it up so bad that I got a credit score?
That's a good one. That is a good one.
Jim Bob, to you.
Himself banned.
So I hear what is happening, and Pepperidge Farm remembers when what happened.
Oh shit, man. Well, the other day I was at the store and eggs were $11.50 something for 18 eggs. So I hear eggs are $12 an 18 pack, and how did the government screw that up? Because the government screws everything up.
Casey, to you.
I don't really have anything on this one.
Zach, to you. Zach's voice is over there.
Yeah. I'm hearing my cats. So I hear my cats. Remember when the government sucks.
All right, so I hear you're finding fentanyl in your weed. Remember when the government tainted alcohol with poison during Prohibition? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Big
Yep.
Facts.
Yep.
Big facts.
It happened.
I don't even know which one this was too, but the Canadian white power thing will never stop being funny ever again.
No.
Well, how do they even do that? Is it just a fist up, or
I don't know.
is it something else?
Had something to
that I
do with
can't show?
circumcision, if I remember correctly, but
Oh, probably.
yeah. 500 Jim Bob for reminding us using all the words. Yep. All right. Casey, to you. Time to blank. I'll give you a little clue on this one. This one's not tasteful.
Yeah, I don't got anything on this one.
This is not something I technically believe, but it was too funny not to include. So,
Hmm.
Zach, to you.
Time to load up. We're going to Iran.
Ooh, that's good. Jim Bob, to you.
Wow. Okay. I would say time to make tariffs great again, but I think you're alluding to something a little different. So
Well, tariffs are taxation, and taxation is theft.
taxation is
therefore-
theft.
Yeah,
So
at gunpoint. So you're on the right way. Real answer is time to put the panic back in Hispanic. Told you I don't believe.
I
in
like
it.
that one. I
It's
do
just
like that
funny.
one. That one's a good one.
Andy says, "Get Zach outside.
Big facts.
Be nice to
Tomorrow.
Greenland. Get in the car from Kilburn."
Oh man,
Just saying to put the handcuffs on Hillary.
it'd be nice.
All right. Let's see here. I think we are to Zach on this one.
Oh Jesus.
Oh man.
I don't even know how to describe
I-
it. You're on your
I
own
don't- I don't
for a
even-
description here. You're on your own for a
Government makes this suck. There you go.
All right, Jim Bob.
No way, man. I got nothing. Yeah, this looks like Letitia James or something. I don't even know where to go with this.
Oh, don't ruin curvy women for me there, Jimbo. That's just mean.
Oh my Jesus.
All right, Casey, to you.
We're gonna go with the top one is your taxes, and the bottom one is how much you paid in taxes. Your tax refund versus how much you paid in taxes.
You're pretty close. The top one is my taxes, and then the bottom one is the federal budget.
Yeah.
No boobs were harmed in the filming of this show. If anybody's watching from one of those organizations,
Don't worry, Free can fix her.
Oh, my first cough laugh of the night. Oh my god. Oh boy, my back hurts. Yep.
Yep.
Get on my back. I won't sink.
Nope.
Jim Bob's wife beside him. Oh, all right. Casey, to you. This is the last
Oh
one.
my God.
Who's this? Who's this? This one may or may not be tasteful as well. More likely may not.
I don't have anything on this one. As much as I want to come up with something, I don't have anything.
All right, Zach, to you.
Remember when I expanded Social Security and took us off the gold standard?
There we go.
There you go. Jim Bob, to you.
All I can say is read my lips. But after that, I don't know, man, because everything the government tells us is all lies.
Facts.
So
Facts.
read my lips, no more whatever bullshit they're trying to sell. Because
Read my lips was Bush Senior though. Read my lips. No.
Well, it was also Richard Nixon.
Okay. All right. So the real answer on this one is instructions unclear. Have a dick pic.
Jesus, that would have made sense if it was Anthony Weiner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am not a crook. Not
True.
Not what I was going for. But that would have been the best answer. There we go. All right. So let's check the score one more time here and tell us in the comments who you think won. And let's see. We'll go to the scores here. All right. Wow. Jim Bob, 8,000 points. Wow.
I want a recount.
And,
You don't get a recount. You're from Florida.
Casey in second, 5440. Zach, 2,300. Mike at negative 29,500, doing a little worse than last week. And yeah, so let's get rid of this here. And Jim Bob, your first time, how'd you enjoy it?
Hey, you know what? Free Casey. I got mad respect for all you guys because you do this week after week, you know. And believe it or not, these are not my grandmother's. We picked them out, and if you saw the rest of the kitchen and the rest of the place, you'd understand it. But hey, it is what it is. Yeah. So, Casey, Free. Keep doing what you do week after week, man. I had a good time, and I have a good time every week in the chats, just hanging out with you guys, you know. So,
awesome,
yeah, man. I'm surprised that I had 8,000 points.
You did well, man. You did well.
We make fun of
sir.
everything in David's house without fail. So that we only went after your curtains and the random plate hanging on your wall. You got lucky. So
Yep.
I didn't even say anything about the ankle monitor that you got pinned right below the curtains there. So I skipped that altogether because I was trying to be nice. It was your first time. So yeah, so I was trying to be a good sport. So let's see here. let's just throw this up here. That's Jim Bob Police State NWO. Who's that a picture of in your profile picture there, Jim Bob?
That's me.
No, not
Lies.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
Lies.
I believe him.
No, I'm about 10 minutes away from my beard being the same color as yours, so I got to get my jokes in while I can. So anything you want to promote, Jim Bob, while I got this up?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, there's a couple of things. So Thursday nights on X at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there's Shell Shock and Pirate Radio and Shell Shock. Tonight on X, as a matter of fact, as soon as we close this down, going to be bouncing into Patriot Chat, which happens every Friday night on X. We've had all kinds of guests, man. Everybody from, Pablo Escobar Jr. to Matt Gates. So you never know who's going to show up on Shell Shock Pirate Radio Shell Shock, or on Patriot Chat. So next time, guys, let's get the tech issues sorted out a little bit earlier, because I hate coming in on the cell phone and, not with headphones and a mic and all that stuff. So
yeah, no, thanks for making it work too. Appreciate having you. You did a great job. Zach, to you, what would you like to apologize for or promote?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything. I'm sorry for my whiteness.
Do you have your precious moment figurines to your right there?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
I felt bad when
moment.
I talked about Jim Bob's house for a while there and never mentioned your precious moment figurines. I didn't want to offend you. So what would you like to promote?
We do me and my buddy Andrew, we do the Legacy Right every week, Monday through Wednesday. Legacy News, 5 p.m. on YouTube, X, and then we do Legacy Right live on YouTube, X, Rumble at 11 a.m. on Fridays, and then it goes straight to the podcast after that. So that's about it. So enjoyed the time. Always hysterical. So glad to be a part of it, Free.
I don't want to brag, but as many times as I've watched your show live on YouTube and as many times as I've listened to the podcast, you did one time mention my comment. So thank you for that. That was a big thrill for me. Do you put like the font on the comments like smaller than Casey does with the scoreboard or something? Or no,
I'm blind.
Yeah, no, we can work that out later. But no, I love your show. I always listen. So big fan of yours. And
likewise.
So Casey, to you.
Yeah, and Casey, American versus Government on X and all of the platforms. I'm starting to get the name streamlined. You can find my podcast on Tuesdays on all the big platforms and where you get your podcasts. It is called They Both Suck Podcast. We break down the political commentary without the party lines. You can also get the new shirt, Liberty Over Feelings, at awakenotwokestore.com. So feel free to go and check out all of our gear there. But thanks for tuning in, guys. This is a lot of fun every Friday night. I enjoy it. Even though Free doesn't know how to read off numbers or do math, it's still a lot of fun to make fun of the government and Free.
I got several numbers right tonight, which is more than the government normally does. So I apologize for that.
There you go.
And,
sure, buddy.
Patriot Chat is now open on X. Follow Jim Bob to join. I think Andy's doing a space too. We do a little post game show space some nights. Andy says, great show, left my tan off. I like that.
So did Zach.
Thank Jim Bob for being a good sport. Team Jim Bob for the win. Fun night. I love Jim Bob. This game's keeping the white man down. Yeah, Zach, sorry. Apologize for that. Plus 1,000 to Zach from the Canadian Brotherhood. Plus 2560 to Casey just for making it a tie. Yeah. So awesome. Well, this was a ton of fun. Dana says, thank you for being hilarious. And yep. And yeah, thanks for doing this, guys. This was just absolutely hilarious. You guys were even better than I was imagining it to be. So appreciate you doing it. And the chat was amazing. Thank you, chat, for all you did and making this as great as it was. Couldn't do it without you. And, you know, glad you guys were able to play such a big part in all this. So thank you to everybody, and have a good night, y'all.